What's up? What's up, Patrick Brown? We are finally back after a long time back, a long time off. You know, the ice storm. We made it. We're good. Sean, how can I find motivated sellers? Sean, have you been on here before? Should probably invest in a computer before I try starting this, huh? No, you can do it from your phone. Right? The question we all have. Where you been? Iced in? Something like that. Something like. Can you hear me, Shane? On the Zoom. See, so here's the problem. Is that though this may sound professional on the live, I can't really hear you guys on the Zoom.
Which is it because you're only able to hear yourself really through the headphones? Because you sound fucking bomb right now. Like on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like super clear on the Zoom.
On the Zoom too?
Yeah.
Because you have your microphone plugged in.
Yeah, because when I go on to Zoom, I turn my my live volume down because there's a delay, and I only just listen to the Zoom, and you sound really good on the Zoom.
What about the live?
The live you sound good on too, but I turn mine down because there's a delay. Like I can hear you on the Zoom and then I'll hear you on the live or vice versa. But you sound good on both.
Okay. Yeah. So I have the microphone connected to the Zoom. And then I have my headphones connected to the live, but I can still hear you. I can still hear Shane. What? Yeah, that's what you were playing earlier, and that's why freaking this cord's connected to this cord, and that cord's connected to. Dude, there was like 15 cords plugged in, and nothing changed. It's ridiculous.
Something I have to look forward to.
Yeah, and now it's. I mean, there's one cord from the microphone to the laptop.
There we go. Yeah, I see like we have cords and cords.
Yeah, there was like 7 cords.
Good morning, Tim.
Morning.
Am I the only one in here?
What?
Only one here?
No, we got 9 people in here, bud.
9 people in here.
So,
Hang on, yeah. So what's up, you guys? How was the weekend? Where are the wins? Where are the wins? You guys on the live? Where are the wins? Can I find a title company?
Sure.
You sure can. Where do I start? Have you been on my Zoom? If you haven't been on the Zoom yet, go to the Zoom. We're live right now. We're live on the Zoom right now. The earrings hurt my ear. Pressing into there. Jamming into my neck. All right, so welcome back, everybody. It was a good question, bro. You think it would be good? Will I work night shift but want to do wholesaling? What?
Maybe, hey, what's good? Question, bro. You think it'll be good?
Here's this is the thing that we talked about. Was it yesterday? Raul's not here to refresh my memory, but
Raul's here.
Raul's here?
He's coming in.
Okay. So we're talking about these types of questions. And they're just hypothetical questions, you know, and I don't say this to sound like I'm being a dick, but is that what it was, Roll? Hypothetical questions. So can you guys hear me? Shane, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, bro.
Okay. So hypothetical questions are questions that I can't answer some of this shit for you guys, bro. Like if somebody asks me, you know, and just using you as an example, sorry, bro. It just so happened to be you, but you know, would this be good for me? Even though I work night shift? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know, dude. Are you gonna put in the effort during the day too? Do you got kids? Do you have a wife that is gonna, you know, allow you to be able to do certain things during the day? Are you? Well, I'm being real, bro. You guys got to ask yourself these questions. That's what I'm getting at. I can't exactly. Sarah said it. That's a you question. I can't answer those questions for you. And like I said, I'm not sitting here trying to call people out or be an ass to people. That's real talk, dude. You guys got to look in the mirror and say, I need to make a change, and I want the change, so I will do what's necessary to make it work. And that's all it is, bro. Do you think that I went into this like thinking, oh, you know what? I'm gonna quit my job before I get a deal? No, hell no. I don't think anybody thinks like that. But but what I had to do is I had to figure out, why is it not working for me? Why am I not taking action? What am I not doing? And I was like, you know what? It's because I drive an hour to work. I work for 8 to 10 hours. And then I drive an hour back from work. By the time I get home, it's already, 7 o'clock. I'm dog tired. I make all these excuses. I don't have time to do shit. And that's what it is, bro. And so I was like, you know what? What's in my way? This stupid job. So let me figure out how the hell I need to get out of it. I'm 20, no kids. Then hell yeah, dude. Then go do it. What you use on your beard looks super healthy. Beard butter. But that's the thing, you guys, is you guys got to determine a lot of these questions. You guys don't need me to answer. You guys can answer a lot of these questions yourself. It's just a matter of, I know a lot of us want to hear it from other people too. Like there's times where Ingrassi will tell me until she's blue in the damn face. She'll be like, babe, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, or whatever, right? And I'm like, maybe that's a bad example. Not you can't, right? But she's like, hey, this is how we should do this. It's a better way of saying it. This is how we should do this. This is how we should do this. And I'm sitting there like, no, hang on. I'll figure it out in another way and I'll do it, blah, 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 whatever. And then somebody from like TikTok or something will be like, this is how you need to do this. And I'll be like, babe, look, he said this is how we should do it. So let's do it. And she's like, what the hell? I just told you that like 8 times in the last week. And so sometimes we do need to hear it from other people. And I understand that, right? That's the point. Sometimes we do need to hear it from an outside source that's saying, hey, can this work for me? It can if you put in the effort. It can work for you if you work it. Want to see you in action, start cold calling. The fuck? So I don't cold call, bro. Want to see you in action. That's what's funny too. There's a lot of people that are out there that do cold call just to show you guys that they cold call, when it's like, bro, I don't cold call. Why? That's not me in action. Is helping people. This is me in action. I'm in a different phase of my life in wholesaling, where we do deals, but we more focus on helping people and helping people close deals.
The majority of the people that you see cold calling on TikTok too, they're all people working for somebody else.
True. Very true. And I know that. Or here's the other thing. This is the other part of it. Shane, we need to get you on the podcast, dude. The other part of it is this. A lot of people, like Sarah's like, yeah. The other part of it is this. A lot of people tend to they tend to feel like they have to prove it to you. I don't feel like I have to prove shit. I don't. I just don't. That's just how I am. You know, if somebody jumps on and they're doing a live and they're cold calling because they're trying to show you that they cold call, or they're trying to show you that they actually do it and da. Guess what? I don't feel a need to. I just don't. Look, Tim's very cutthroat, but he's just being real honest. I do. And it is what it is, man. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't like my direct approach, and a lot of people do. A lot more people do than don't. I had somebody hating on me. I went and made a comment about there was a dog that got tased out in Lodi, California. I'm from Stockton, and this dog got tased out there. And I was like, dude, that looked just like my dog. Like, that's horrible to see that, because it looked just like my husky. Somebody went on there and said on my comment, man, shut the fuck up. Nobody's trying to sell their house. Stop, take your scam somewhere else. Bro, I didn't even do nothing. Why are you coming after me? Like, this is a whole other video. And so, you know what I mean? It's that's the thing, man. There's one way of doing things, which is, you know, what I feel works for me, and what has worked for me, and what's worked for hundreds of people that I've helped close deals, bro. From the time I started working with Paul up until now. And, you know, it's helped a lot of people. And some people don't like it, but that's why I tell you guys, alignment before assignment. And that's why I tell you, jump on these Zooms before you decide to jump in our programs. Because if you're not coachable and you're contesting what we're saying, or you know what I mean? Or you're like just being, it's like, bro, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we do everything that we possibly can to help. So do you offer leads with your program? No. If I have leads, I'm closing them. Anyway, what's up, guys? My name is Tim. I have been in wholesaling for about 4 years, a little over 4 years. Started getting involved in this when I was working my 9 to 5. I was working, it was like 9 to 6, and then, like I was just saying, an hour drive, whatever. But I worked in the warehouse industry for almost 15 years, and it was a pain in the ass. Worked 2 full-time jobs at one point. If there's anybody new in here, let it be known on the chat. If you can, new people. Also in the Zoom, if there's anybody new in here, that'd be wonderful to see some new people. The goal is to at least change one life. Nikki, glad you're here. Kevin Kelly, G Money OC, what up? What up, everybody? Jay Sooth. I'm new, Conscious Warrior. Appreciate you being in here. Phil, what up? New to the group. That's what's up. Moses, appreciate you being in here. Watching my YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's about to go. It's about to go down. We're about to do a lot more YouTubes, you guys. So, anywho, doing some cold calls today. No, I don't cold call, bro. So I worked my ass off, man. I was working 16 hours a day at sometimes. Sometimes I was working 6-7 days a week, and I got to a point where I had management tell me, bro, do you live here? Like, go home. You know what I'm saying? That's how dedicated to my work I was. So anybody that says that, like, I don't know about that blue collar life and shit, like, that's all I excuse me, that's all I knew. You know what I'm saying? And I got sick and tired of it. So I had to figure out a way I had to figure out a way how I could get out of that and start spending more time with my family, right? I had kids, wife, mortgage payments, all that shit. So at that point in time, my mindset was, I don't know what to do, but I have to keep my job. Right. And so I wanted to flip houses, and I realized very quickly that I didn't have the money to flip houses. And so I bought a course for about $1,000, and this course had a section in it for wholesaling. And at the time I was just like, nah, that's not my shit. I want to flip houses. And so I didn't know where to go from there. So I started doing some due diligence. I started digging. I was like, what is wholesaling? What is this stuff? And I came across a guy that started going off some information, and I went down a rabbit hole. A year and a half later, I was still stuck in analysis paralysis. Okay. And that's what I talk to you guys about. Anything I talk to you guys about, I've been there, man. I only talk about it because I know about it. I've been there and, I've experienced it. So for me, what is all this? So for me, huh? Okay. You guys, so what I did was, I went, like I said, I went down this rabbit hole, bro. Most of us do this. We start trying to learn everything we can about it. We want to know everything, the ins and outs, know all of the ups and downs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And yeah, Shane is a advocate for Demir, you guys. So if Shane on this live, if Shane's on there, then whatever he's talking about, just take his advice, go talk to him and hit him up. Also, my wife's on here and Gracia is on the Zoom. If you guys aren't on the Zoom, then get on the Zoom. But we are live right now, so if you guys want to jump on, go ahead. I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what, dude, I'm done. I know all this information. I was like, I could tell you how to wholesale a house in 30 minutes. Never did it before though, because I had seen so much and I've been watching podcasts and I would take a walk. I would go for walks at like 5 a.m, listening to podcasts. I would get up super early and I was getting up at 3 a.m. I was studying, I was listening to it, I was watching people do it. I was like, and all of that's part of analysis paralysis, right? Because I wanted to know every single thing about it before I did it. And I had no money made off of it. And then it was like, okay, this ain't the way that I need to do things. I need to do something different. And I quickly realized that the thing that was in my way was my job. And this isn't for everybody, okay? So don't think that I'm telling you guys to go out there and quit your jobs, but that's what I did. What up, though? Yay! Ain't seen you in a minute. So I decided that I was gonna leave my job. I talked to my wife about it. She was okay with it. We prayed on it. We gave it a week or two, and then finally I was just like, you know what, I'm done. And so I left my job and didn't close the deal for 4 months. So it was very stressful. It was very overwhelming. We had borrowed money, credit cards, loans, and a whole bunch of shit. We had to figure it out, and we did. And so once we figured out, how we needed to do this, we finally closed the deal. We made 10 grand on it, but over 4 months, obviously that's not enough to, basically that's not enough to survive. Not with 3 kids and all that shit. So when we closed that deal, we made a lot of mistakes, man. We did it on our own, we made a whole bunch of mistakes. And eventually we're just like, dude, like I had to figure out another way to do this effectively without spending so much time and money doing it. So I found a gentleman by the name of Paul McComas on TikTok, started following him. Rest in peace to Paul. He passed away August of last year. Big guy, beard, curly hair. Majority of you guys probably know him. But I started following him, started listening to him, and I bought into the program. I reinvested into myself again. And upon doing that, from the time I got into that mentorship, 6 weeks in, I closed on 4 properties and made over 40 grand. And so that's what kind of made the shift and the change in my mindset. I was like, holy shit, like this is something that I can really grab onto and make a living and a good one. And so we continue to close deals. I continue to help people close deals. I was in Paul's mentorship, but I was also kind of like a side coach. Like I did a lot. Like I helped people get into the program and change their lives, but I also helped them as they went along and helped them close deals. I helped people join into different ventures, JV ventures, but also, my boy Travis is like crushing it out in South Carolina. And he started a couple of different, he's got a landscaping business. He's got his coaching fitness, program that he does. He's got wholesaling that he does. Like there's people that are out there making so many different moves, and I love to see it, man. I love to help people. And so when, we started closing all these deals and stuff like that, and then Paul passed away, I took a month off and I was like, dude, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to move forward? My mentor's gone. Where the hell am I going to, where am I going to focus my energy? And so I contacted Paul's wife, and I was like, hey, are you cool if I, continue what he was doing? Meaning help people, right? Helping people, maybe duet some of his videos and, stitch some things and stuff like that. She was like, go for it. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I did that. And I had like 500 people book a call with me within the first like week. And so I was just like, there's no way that we're going to be able to manage that. There's no way, 500 people. And so I was like, well, maybe this Zoom, we'll do a Zoom. And Gracie was like, well, let's do a Zoom and we can get as many people on there as we can and, answer the questions, help them out, get them started. I was like, all right, cool. So that's what we started doing. So this Zoom, that's where the Zoom was born. I found what I love to do and what I'm good at, and I combined them, right? So I'm good at wholesaling and I love to help people. And so I put those two things together, and this is where the Zoom was born. The Zoom is free. Okay. You don't have to pay for information, you guys. You should never, ever have to pay for information. Okay. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Like, I'll give all the information you need, because there's no reason that there's no reason that you guys should be withheld from progressing forward. There's no reason why people shouldn't help each other move forward. Right now, at the same time, I'm not going to do the shit for you. Okay. And I'm not going to give my time for free for the most part. Okay. I do this because I know that it helps people get jump started. The number one question we have is, how do I start? Where do I do? Where do I go? And I always tell people, have you been on my Zoom? Because this Zoom will tell you where you need to start, what you need to do from like step 1 to step 8, like all of it. And so that's what this is intended for. Okay. This is not an in-depth class. We don't do cold calling. We're not gonna, analyze your deals. And every now and then we might do something different. My wife, she jumps on here and does some training on prop stream or training on the ARV calculator every now and then. It just depends on the spur of the moment type stuff. But for the most part, man, it's getting information, guidance, motivation, right? You come here every day and you're like, bro, like this motivates me to see other people that are still hustling, still getting out here, dude. Raul, Brad, Sarah, Jessica, all these people that have been on here consistently for, like damn near months, man. You know what I mean? And I love to see it, because these are people that are dedicated to it. These are people that really want to change. I know Brad and I jumped on the call, and he's in a phase in his life where, he's been a business owner before, so he's hungry. He wants to get back into that. I know it. And I'm like, I could just tell by the way that he talks to me and the way that he, describes the situation and what he wants to do. You can just see it, Sarah, she works from home full time, still does this, bro. Look at Brad. That's what's up. Why? Let's get it. Sarah does it full time, dude, from home. Closed her first deal, made $5,000 in 30 days from her freaking phone, bro, without spending any money. Okay. So all you guys out there that people say it takes money to make money is bullshit. And that's why we do this Zoom, right? If you don't have money, that's fine. It may take you a little bit longer, but there's proof right there that it can be done in 30 days without spending anything. So it's just a matter of timing, right? It's a matter of consistent effort. It's a matter of getting the guidance and information that you need to be able to do that, close the deal. So what is wholesaling? Wholesaling is helping distressed property owners sell their property without having to put it on the market, without having to fix it up, without having to, have people running in and out of their house, none of that stuff. The traditional way of selling a house is putting it on the MLS, letting it sit and waiting for somebody to say, hey, I'm interested in your house, right? That's what realtors do. We're not realtors. Far from. And sorry, I gotta drink my mixture of Red Bull and what is it? Strawberry lemonade? Strawberry limeade? It's quite delicious. What? Who's promoting people? Huh? Hey, if you guys kick them out, bro. I'm gonna give you one fair warning. Don't do that. Don't come into my Zoom and start promoting other people. That's not cool. So especially when people are Zoom user. See, yeah, dude, nah. Whoever that is, just block them, kick them out. Yeah, so Jerry Norton's YouTube, he's a good wholesaler. That's fine. Okay, Jerry Norton, awesome. That's cool. There's thousands of people out there, bro. Okay, there's so many different people out there. Go there if you want. You know what I'm saying? If you're an advocate for him, go somewhere else and do that shit. Don't come on my Zoom, bro, and do that. That's disrespectful. Okay. I really don't appreciate it. So anywho, did you kick him out? Yeah, especially when you don't put your name, sucker. Can't even man up and put who you are. Anyway, so I appreciate it. User 789863346. Appreciate you. Anyway, so wholesaling is helping distressed property owners sell their house without having to put it on the market. Okay, without having to fix it up and all that jazz. Now, you look like James Harden, bro. A different shade, just a little bit. What the hell? I know my beard is nice though. Anyway, so you're helping people sell these houses, and these are people in distress. Okay, this is not somebody that wants to sell. They need to sell for whatever reason. Okay, there's 1,000 reasons out there why they need to sell, and there's 1,000 people out there that yeah, fuck you. There's 1,000 people out there that I forgot what I was saying, dude. So sorry, people are just being pieces of shit this morning. So yeah, so when you go to sell a house, people are distressed. They need to sell, okay, not want to sell. So there's one reason or another. There's 1,000 ways of why they would need to sell, and it could be, you know, a ton of different things. So yeah, when you get into wholesaling, you want to be able to identify what distressed means. It's not always a distressed property. It's a distressed property owner that you need to identify, okay? Because distressed properties are everywhere, right? They're ran down, beat up houses, gutters falling off, siding falling off, shit like that, right? That, you know, that thing that you want to look at, that's a good identification of, or it's a good idea, like, oh, this may be somebody that's in distress, right? But it's not the house, it's the property owner that you need to be looking at. Okay, that's why it's always important to contact the property owner. Okay, so when you do that, you're going to quickly identify, you know, why they need to sell. You're going to identify when they need to sell. You're going to identify how much they need to sell it for, you know, and get the, you know, the description of the property, what's going on with it, right? So once you do that, you have a property under contract. It makes it to where you're able to assign that property to an investor without having to put it on the market and stuff like that, right? So you don't own the property, you just have the rights to the equitable interest. Okay, and what that means is that you have the rights to the equitable interest of the equity of the property. You can take that property, put it under contract, and then you can either purchase it or you can assign it to somebody. Okay, and so that's what we do. We don't buy anything. We don't use money. Okay, we're not getting loans and shit like that. You don't need credit. You don't need money. You don't need a license. You don't need an LLC. You don't need experience. You need a why. You know what I'm saying? You need a why. You need information, and you need some guidance. And that's really what'll get you to that next level. So when you identify those things, it's got to make sense, right, for an investor. It has to make sense for an investor to want to purchase it, or to invest in it, right? Sometimes those numbers don't look ideal. It could be a house for, you know, $50,000, and you're like, bro, that ain't shit. When it's like, well, look at how much it costs to repair. You know what I mean? There's foundation issues, there's roof issues, there's shit like that goes on that will determine what the repair costs are. And if the numbers don't make sense, then you know what I mean? Then how would you necessarily get started without having to pay that information that you're talking about? How would you get started? Join on my Zoom, bro. That's what we're going over right now. That's how you get started without having to pay money. The Zoom is free, bro. So once you identify that this is something that you're looking at doing, okay, you need to start getting some information, right? But the very first thing you need to do is you need to get your mind right. You need to get your mindset there. You need to understand that if your mindset is not there, then you're not going to be able to handle a lot of the trials and tribulations and the bullshit that comes along with it, right? If you can't handle somebody chewing you out, or, you know, somebody that says that they want to sell, maybe they don't, and then they, you know, they don't contact you for a little bit, and then you, like, if you can't handle stuff like that, or you know, title company taking too long, stuff like that, bro, you gotta, you know, you guys gotta understand that there are things that are going to happen that's going to be unexpected, and you just got to be able to, you know, handle that and move forward. And so that's why I stressed to you guys about your mindset, right? Your mindset is everything. If you guys don't get your mind right, it's going to be very difficult for you to move forward. Okay. And that's with anything, honestly. So get your mind right. That's a very first step before anything. Okay. The next thing you need to do is you need to identify your availability and your finances. Okay. So your availability is more important than your finances, because the money, I mean, it doesn't, like I said, I can show you guys a way to do this shit for free. And, you know, doing stuff, you know, like cold calling or text blasting or mailers or bandit signs, all that stuff costs money. Okay. Not only that, but it takes time too. So if you don't have time, you got to look at different options, and we'll go over those in a second. But you want to know, what availability do I have? Time blocking is very important. What's up, Shane? Huh? What's up, brother?
It's your boy Shane with Demir.com. Pow. Oh, hey, I wanted to ask real quick as you go through, why do you think it took you 4 months to close your first deal? Because you're real vague about that. And so I
The
think
reason that it
people
took
like
me
to
4
know.
months to close my first deal is because I was being stubborn. I wanted to do it on my own. I wanted to prove everybody that I could do it, and I didn't have to have somebody out there to help me.
Pow, that's what I was looking for.
That's just real talk, bro. Pow. You know what I'm saying? Is he saying pow? Is he saying pow? Pow. No, and that's just honest. That's the honest truth, bro. I could have invested into these things, but just like everybody else out there, bro, I was skeptic. I had already spent $1,000 on a program, and I was just like, I don't want to spend more money. This dude said that he can help me, and now all of a sudden I'm doing this shit on my own. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. And so I just started going down a rabbit hole and going down, you know, and I made so many mistakes, dude. I made mistakes like going with somebody who, here's the funny part. Let me go into this a second. Shane, Mr. Shane. So what happened was, is it still on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Shane? Okay. So what happened was, we got the property under contract, bro, in like November. October 5th was my last day. October 5th, 2020 was my last day as an employee, right? We had that property under contract in like November. But because we made so many mistakes, like going with somebody who was not a cash buyer, they were getting a traditional lender through a bank, right? And then letting them control the situation, and then not getting all the information about what the seller needed, and then letting our title company drag their feet. And then we showed them the sellers or the buyers our contract, and then we lost $5,000 on that deal. So it should have been 15, but we lost $5,000 on it because we showed them our numbers, because they were friends of ours, and supposed to be. And so that's what happened. And so mistake. And it was just like, dude, 4 months later, we're like, bro, we're about to file bankruptcy. And finally we closed on that deal. Finally. And it took, through the holidays and them dragging their feet and saying, well, we'll wait until Christmas goes through, and then, oh, we'll wait until New Year. And it was like, bro, we had to go back and do an addendum. We had to, oh my goodness, bro, it was a pain. And if I wouldn't have built a good rapport with these people that were selling the properties, we wouldn't have closed it. Because even at the very end, they wanted a check. They didn't want a wire. They wanted a check. And we're like, we don't do that. Like, nobody does checks. They do wires. And they're like, well, if you can't give me check in hand, then we're not going to sign the paperwork. We're like, what the fuck?
But of course, life comes to the rescue.
It was the freaking Catalina wine mixer.
So yeah, so the wife had to talk down the husband, and then our title company Oh my gosh, she freaking jumps on and she starts going, you guys need to do it. This is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it. I'm like, bro, are you yelling at our seller? What the fuck? Like, dude, I'm telling you, bro. Like, that's what our first deal was like. You talk about stress, anxiety, and like we were banking on this thing to close. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
So in other words, you didn't have the proper guidance. And if you did, you may have took a lot less time to close that first deal.
That is correct.
May have.
So anyway.
That's
So
what I
yeah,
was getting at.
so that's what happened, bro. And it was a pain in the ass. You know what I'm saying? I may have thrown two, but yeah. So anyway, and that's why I tell you guys alignment before assignment too. Okay. So back to what we're talking about.
Hey, real quick, Tim.
Availability is more important than your finances, because you can do this shit without having to spend a bunch of money. Okay. And you don't really have to spend anything at all if you don't want to. It may take you a little bit longer. And the way that I look at it is, if you mail a letter in the snail mail, right? If you go to the USPS or whatever, you go to your mailbox, you mail a letter. It may cost you 30 cents for a stamp and an envelope, right? Which is next to nothing. It'll get there eventually, but if you pay to overnight that joint, it's going to get there tomorrow, right? So I'm not saying you're going to get a deal that fast. I'm just saying that it's going to happen a lot faster if you have resources to help with different situations. Hang on, Shane. Let me get further into this.
I just wanted to let you know that there's not a lot I can do on the live anymore. I can't answer a bunch of stuff on the live anymore. The live will not let me put in the website. It will not let me say message. It won't let me say hit me up. It won't let me say a lot of things. So I think Ingracia has to keep a track of the live, and maybe I can keep track of the Zoom. I don't know. It's screening me like crazy because I have both my phones open. So when I do the answer on my regular phone, I look on my other one and it's not showing up because the live is screening me.
It's because you keep saying "pa."
I just wanted you to know. So I'm trying to be able to answer people, but if I say a certain word in my sentence, it just doesn't even let my fucking comment go through.
It's because you said try.
Got me.
How about that? So anyway, yeah, cool. They should be on the Zoom anyway. All right. Availability and finances. Like I said, finances help. Availability, you got to have it. If you don't have availability, you're just bullshitting yourself. There's 168 hours in a week, dude. Find 10 of it. Okay? Do that, whatever. Now, once you have the availability in your finances, you need to identify your market. If you're in Texas, you're good. If you're in most states in the southern area, you're fine. East Coast, same thing. The West Coast is still good. The North is a little bit different because the weather, and that plays a factor in repair costs and people fixing up houses and stuff like that. People in the northern states tend not to move around. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. You know, people from Wisconsin or, you know, from North Dakota or from Michigan, like they just tend to stay, you know? But there's a lot of Airbnb opportunities out there. So there's a lot going on out there. I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm just saying, oh, look at that, $26,000 check. That's crazy. Oh my God, let me see it.
Well, don't show me.
I'm not going to show anything. Wait, how do you do that? How do you do that? Can I peek it up here? See that? Can you see that? Can I peek it up here? Look. Isn't that crazy? There you go. You can have that. Dropping shit. Anyway, so the point is that there's time to do it. Okay, you can do shit, bro. And that's the thing. A lot of people think that, you know, there's, I don't have no time and blah, 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 this and that, and you do. You have time. You can do it. Okay, figure it out. Once you have, I was already talking about that. So your market is, like I said, if you're in Texas, bro, your market's already, you're in a good market. Okay. And the reason I say that is because Houston, Austin, Dallas are the top 3 markets in the country. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should jump over here and start virtual wholesaling and shit like that. Okay. I'm just saying that Ohio's a good market, Tennessee's a good market, Indiana's a good market, dude, like all over the place, bro. California's a good market. You got to know it's never the market. Okay. It's you. Okay. It's you. You have to make the adjustments. You have to find out, is it a buy and hold market? Is it a flipper market? Is it, what does it cost? Is this a growing market? You have to figure that shit out. And you got to do your due diligence. You got to understand what it is, because you just wholesale in Texas? Yes. I only wholesale in Texas. What about Alaska? Yes. The thing is that there's investors everywhere. Dude, I want some land in Alaska, bro. You can get like 10 acres for like $20. I swear, like Alaska has land for dirt cheap. Anyway, so identifying your market is very important, because that's where you're going to be. And the reason I say it's not your market, it's you, is because you can wholesale, there's distressed properties everywhere. There's investors everywhere. It's never going to be your market. Okay. Make the adjustments and figure out what you need to do different. And, you can add another market. And I always tell people, start with where you are, start in your area. Okay. If you got an area that is, a good combination of ran down houses as well as fixed up properties and stuff like that, can you just adopt me, bro? Bro seen a $26,000 check and said, bro, just bring me in. Just bring me in. We're good. Say less. That's where the quote "say less" came from. Say less. Bring me in. Anyway, so yeah, so the thing is that when you identify your market, we had to go on the outskirts. We had to go 30 minutes away, and that's okay, right? You gotta, going to be thinking of you as my mentor. I appreciate the thoughts. Yes, it can work in California. But the thing is that you can do it in your area, bro. You can do it 30 minutes away. You can do it 45 minutes or whatever. Like, we had new houses in our area, so we had to go on the outskirts, which is fine. But you don't have to jump states. You know what I'm saying? Just because you think that, Texas is a hot market, I'm gonna go out there. Dude, there's distressed properties all over. We went to California to see my son's grandparents, and they were telling us about this house across the street that this old lady was like, yeah, the old lady passed away and the sons had it, and they didn't want to fix it up or anything, so they sold it to somebody, and they bought it for cash too. It was crazy. And we're like, damn it, why didn't you tell us? We could have bought it. But the point is that somebody wholesaled that house, right? And that's in California. So, and I mean, I'm working on two deals in California right now. I think there's two, one in Vallejo, and then there's one in Stockton. So you never know. So anyway, the market is never the market, you guys. Once you guys identify your market, you need to get your script and your contract. Okay, easy fix for that. Go to Demir.com. Go to the link in my bio. Scripts and contracts for free. Okay, next. They work in all 50 states. Now, you have to fill them in. Okay, you got to fill this shit in. You can't just, yeah, here we go, there's a contract. No, you got to fill the stuff in. You got to put the information in. It's got to, be in your state. Take it to your title company. Make sure that they see your contract and they work with you and blah blah blah. Okay, and I'll talk to you guys about finding a title company in a second. So the contracts are important because that's what protects you. Okay, your contract, the wording in there, like I said, ours protects us. We use the TREC, but there's also a contract in there that works in all these other states. And it just has the wording of it has an inspection period. There's a clause in there that allows you to be able to purchase a contract or assign it to somebody. Okay, so don't let other people take your contract and say, no, I'll use mine. No, hell no. Okay, don't do that. Can you use for sale by owner on Zillow and Redfin, or does driving for dollars better? Yes to both. Yes, you can use for sale by owner on Zillow and Redfin, and yes, driving for dollars is better. And the reason I say that is because driving for dollars, you can physically see that it's distressed, and most people, and us included, Shane included, got our first deals from driving for dollars. But for sale by owners does not mean distress, bro. For sale by owner just means that they're smart enough to sell it without having to use a realtor and take out a cut, right? That's what realtors get. They get a percentage, they get a commission. Anyway, so your contract is important because that's what's going to protect you. Okay. Don't let somebody else take your contract and use and reword it or whatever. And don't use somebody else's contract. Your contract is your contract. If somebody else doesn't like it, then they can fuck off. Okay. Because that's what protects you. If you don't want to get sued, don't let somebody take your contract. Okay. The script is important because that's a guide to tell you what to do. And I had this, my son wrote all over it. Welcome to being a dad of a 3-year-old. But basically, it's just a guide, right? This is a guide. Kid. This is a guide on what I'm going to say to keep me fluent, to keep me on point, to make sure I'm not wasting time, to make sure I get the information I need, and to just go with it, right? That's what a script is. A script is not you reading, "Hello, my name is Tim. I was calling for you because you have a property with 60% equity in it." Like, bro, don't do that shit, okay? And there's people out there that right now, there's people out there that are toying. They're toying with wholesaling, okay? You know what toying with wholesaling means? That means that they're just fucking with it. They're seeing if they can kind of do it and have fun with it and not really be serious about it and just make jokes of it. And guess what they're doing? They're ruining it for you real people out there. For us real wholesalers who want to help people, they're out there just bullshitting around. And they're making videos and they're saying stupid shit to piss people off and rubbing people the wrong way. There's a video that I seen, I'm not gonna say names, but there was this dude that was like, yeah, I'm gonna take your house, I'm gonna get it from you for $130 and then sell it for $160. And the guy's like, wait, so you want to take my house for $130 and sell it for $160? And the guy's like, yeah, that makes sense, right? Sounds like a good deal to me. And the dude's like, you're a fucking criminal. Like, you're like, that's, dude, how do you do that to somebody? And he's like, what? What is the quote? He said, in a world full of diarrhea and constipation, sometimes it's okay to be a regular piece of shit. And I was just like, bro. And then he tells the dude, have a good day. And I genuinely don't mean that. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and that's what I'm saying. There's people out there that are just doing stuff just because, man. And it makes us look bad because the second they come across you, who's the actual, genuine wholesaler who wants to help people, or genuine facilitator and investor, then that's the kind of shade you get now because somebody else. And, that's what I'm saying, man. It's trash, but that's why your script is important. You want to build rapport with your sellers. Build rapport with them, okay? That means you want them to trust you, man. And that's why your numbers need to make sense. So the next thing, right? Contract scripts. Now you're going to start marketing, okay? How are you going to market? This is where time and availability comes into play. Do you have time to cold call? Do you have time to drive for dollars? Do you have time to, or do you want to just do it on social media? Do you want to just network, right? You guys have no idea. I don't know how many deals that this, oh. You have no idea how many deals this pretty lady over here next to me gets by just being in groups, bro. She's in like 800 groups, I promise you. 750. She's in a shit ton of groups, and I promise you, every now and then she'll be like, oh, somebody has a property. Oh, somebody's saying a property about this. Oh, hey, this is a cash buyer. Hey, here's a realtor that has land that they want to sell now. Like, dude, just being in groups. That's what I mean by networking. Okay. But this is the 4 ways of doing this shit for free. Okay. Marketing wise, you can easily door knock in your area, right? Walking around, knocking on doors, asking people if they need to sell the property, if they're looking at taking cash off. Okay. And you're identifying distressed properties. Okay. That's how you're doing that. Now, what is this microphone? That when I did that do anything different?
Oh my Lord.
No. What about now? Does that sound different to you guys? No. Okay. This microphone sucks. It's not doing anything different. Why is all these knobs on it? Look at all this shit. Bunch of knobs on here for nothing. Anyway, so you guys want to, door knocking is, it's one of the ways that you can do this for free. Okay. And it works for most people. Shane does it religiously, like, never mind. He does it a lot. And, and it does work to an extent. Just be careful. If there's a no soliciting sign, obviously don't go there. Leave a note if they're not there. Write a note. You know what I'm saying? Leave it in the mailbox or on the door. Don't pass out business cards. Don't do what are they called? Flyers and shit like that. People just 9 out of 10 times they just throw it away. So that's door knocking. Okay. Obviously, you can't do it virtually. Now, the next thing is driving for dollars. That you can do in your area or you can do virtually. Okay. So what that is just driving around looking for houses. The second one sounded more clear. So this one sounds more clear. That's what they said. Raul says no. I believe him because he works out. Anyway, Brad said it sounds more clear. Does it? That's crazy. Anyway, appreciate the feedback. Appreciate the feedback. Anyway, look at Moses. Is like, is this dude done yet? Give us the meat and potatoes and get the fuck off. Come on, Moses, have fun with it, bro. I promise you, I'm giving you guys the info. So the next thing you can do, like I said, driving for dollars, you can do that in an area of, of where you are, or you can do it virtually. How you do it is you're just driving around looking for rundown, beat up properties, shitty properties, houses that need some love, and you're writing down the addresses, right? So you write down all the addresses, you take them home, and you skip trace it. Now, skip tracing means that you're finding the owner's property phone number, the property owner's phone number, and it ain't gonna be accurate for the most part. Okay, you're gonna have some houses that have the number, some don't. Some it might be the uncle or the last tenant or whatever. Okay, don't come to me and say, oh, I can't find any phone number, blah blah blah. I'm gonna tell you, go get more houses. That's what you need to do. And here's a golden nugget: the houses that you can't find numbers on, guess what? Chances are a lot of the other people out there that are skip tracing those houses, they can't find them either. So it makes more sense for you to go dig into those houses as opposed to trying to find the low-hanging fruit like everybody does. Right? So there's more of an opportunity for the houses that you can't find the numbers on. Now, how you find those, you got to do some due diligence. Anyway, so when you drive for dollars virtually, you got to use you can use Google Maps. Okay, and basically you're just doing the same thing as you would if you were driving around, and you just look in the right corner, the bottom right corner, make sure that what did I say? Make sure the date is accurate. Okay, so it should say somewhere around January of 2023, not fucking August of 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be up to date, because if it's old, then that chances are the house already been flipped. Okay. The next way is the way I do it, bro, and I'm gonna tell you, it's the most convenient. You may not get consistent leads, and you may, I don't know. It's up to you. The way that, as much as I do it, we consistently get leads. But social media marketing, on Facebook, Craigslist, what do you call it? LinkedIn.
Somebody else just got some on Nextdoor.
Somebody else got some on Nextdoor. I'm just saying, bro. Leads are out there, bro. You just got to be out there marketing. You got to be out there looking. And networking, dude. That's why I said networking. Going to different groups. Going to a bunch of different groups. Going to dad groups. Going to mom groups. Going to and Gracie, how many? Give me some crazy off the wall group. She has babies that were born in March group. Moms of babies born in March. I shit you not. What kind of shit is that? But she's in the group because we got a baby born in March.
But then again, I'm also in entrepreneur groups.
But she's in entrepreneur groups. She's in Wine Women in Wealth. She's in investor groups. She's in. I'm telling you, I don't do all that. I'm in Chevy Silverado Nation. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at.
You know, I need to get rid of my house.
That's what. Yeah, somebody said dude, I got to sell my truck. I'm in dire need. What about your house? What about your house? You need that? Live in your truck, bro. Sell your house. Anyway, so networking is huge, and it's very beneficial when you're doing that, because you start to see other people and get around other people who are like-minded, motivational, helpful, understand what you're doing, and understand that you're looking at joining a group of people in the world that think different than everybody else. Okay, everybody on here is on here for a reason. For one reason or another, you are not okay with being content. I'll say that. You're not okay with what's going on, because either A, you're capable of more, or B, there's more out there. You know what I'm saying? And you want some of it. You know what I mean? And it's that simple, dude. I made a video a while back, bro. I was pissed because I was in a position where this was months ago. I think it was after Paul passed away. And I was in a position where I was emotional about it, because I felt like nobody understood what the hell I was saying or doing or what my mentality was. I felt like nobody understood me. And it was just crazy, because it's like, how do you guys not go 110? How do you not know, or how do you not want financial freedom? How do you not want time to do whatever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want to do it? How do you not want that? How are you okay going to a job? How are you okay, getting paid $20 an hour? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you okay with this stuff? How are you okay with somebody touching your money before you touch it? That pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? When you get your checks and it's taxed, like, dude, I didn't get to see my money before you took yours. That pisses me off, dude. And that right there, like, it was very frustrating for me. But I had to come to the realization that it is what it is. Not everybody's going to think like me. Not everybody's going to think like you. So you guys got to understand that you are different and go out there and go get it. The next thing that you're doing after you decide how you're going to market, you want to find your title company. The title company is fairly simple. You can use Blueprint Title. They are a title company that works in 23 different states. Or you can just Google, man. Go to Google, call title companies in your area and ask them if they double close, or if they sell or if they double close, or if they are wholesale friendly. Okay, like, hey, do you guys wholesale friendly? Or yeah, I make $30 an hour right now, and that's not even enough. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Remember when I said there's a video I made? I don't know if you guys watch my TikToks. Crazy. Check them out. I told this dude, like, bro, the middle class is going away, bro. It's gone. So you guys need to get used to that. Because right now, middle class is like 40,000 a year to like 130,000 a year. Right? Which some people are like, 130 a year, I'd be great. You have no clue, dude. It's about to be 100,000 is about to be considered the bottom of middle class. And then anything above that, you know what I'm saying, up to 400,000 will probably be still middle class. And then above that is going to be rich, which is up to like maybe 2-3 million, liquid. And then above that is wealthy, right? And those are people that have assets. Those are people that have cash flow. Those are people that have investments. Those are in the stock market. They're in gold. They're, precious metals. They're in real estate for the most part. And that's how it goes. There's no longer going to be a middle class, bro. It's going to be gone. It's going to be broke motherfuckers. It's going to be people that got money, and then wealthy people. That's it. And as much as we don't want to admit it, it is what it is. Because you may have a house, and you may have, enough money to survive, and you may have, enough, money to pay for your essentials. But is that living, bro? Is that really living? Like, you don't want to go on vacation? You don't want to see the world? You don't want to, you don't want to have to go shopping and not give a shit about, how much you spend at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't realize that. Like, there's a whole nother lifestyle that is out there that y'all need to identify, bro, because I didn't know it either. Trust me. I man, $15, $16, $17, $18 an hour. That's where I was at. And now I'm like, shit, $15 an hour. I did another video and I showed you guys, I just picked up 2 damn little nightstands from some lady, make $50. Took me 10 minutes. She was just right down the street. $50 that fast. All I did was make posts on Facebook. Hey, does anybody need help? Does anybody need me to pick stuff up for them or whatever? Bro, money's out there. Go get it. What's up, Shane? You gonna unmute him?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Dude, if you got a pressure washer out there, you guys, freaking, that's $100 right there. Like I was thinking about that yesterday. Like I've got a pressure washer, right? Unfortunately, it's kind of raining and crappy right now where I'm at. So it's not really lucrative right now, but still $100 to pressure wash somebody's driveway. Boom, there you go. Simple as
Bro,
that.
my son, hold on. My son is 16. At the time, he was 15. He would pull people's garbage cans out every Thursday for them. And then on top of that, he would have the clientele. He would pick up the dog's poop. So he was double dip.
There you go.
And he would make, I mean, bro, he only had like 6 or 7 people on the block, but bro, that put an extra $40 in his pocket every week. To a 15-year-old, that's grit. But imagine if he had, a clientele of 100 people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really started a business doing it. Like, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to do wholesaling. If wholesaling is not your shit, then so be it. But I'm just telling you, you don't have to work for somebody and to have them tell you what you need to do and where you need to go and when you need to be there. The last thing about wholesaling is cash buyers. And the reason that's the last thing is because the last thing y'all need to be worried about. You will find cash buyers as you're looking for properties. If you're hell bent on finding cash buyers, go to investor groups and just, make a post. Hey, I'm looking for opportunity for some, cash buyers in this area. Is anybody looking for, houses in whatever state you're in, whatever city, whatever county, whatever. Now, keep this in mind. There, with just the 20 people on this Zoom, okay, the 18 people on here, because me, Shane, and my wife, we don't count. But for you 18 people that are on this Zoom, of you 18 people, really, maybe, 1 or 2 of you is going to actually go through with this and continue to do it consistently and be successful. And you guys have to determine who that is, right? Is that
Calling you out.
I'm just saying.
Calling
I'm just
you
saying,
out.
bro. You guys have to be the ones to determine whether that happens or not. Because along with you 18 wholesalers on here, okay, there are 18,000 other wholesalers in your area, okay? Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Because yes, the market's saturated with every different type of investor and wholesaler out there. Wholesaling is all about timing, okay? So don't worry about that part. But I'm just saying, there's so many other people out there, bro, that if they would just find what they truly love to do, this world will be a lot better off, bro. But a lot of these people out there, they get stuck to what they're doing and they get comfortable. So don't do that. But if you choose to, so be it. You can still do this with a job, so be it. Okay. And keep in mind, like I was saying, as far as investors go, one last thing, if you don't have something to offer them, or if you don't have value to bring to them, they're going to look at you as a tire kicker. And that's what I was saying, 18,000 other wholesalers in your area, and all these people act like they're going to be the next big thing. And, when times get hard or a week goes by and they don't see a deal, they're just like, oh, this shit don't work, I'm done. And they quit. And you know how many investors, how many people I see like that on a daily basis, bro? On a daily basis, I see so many people out there that say, and I'll be like, man, remember that person? What happened to them? Remember Garrett? He was on here all the time, man. Pumped up. Got his wife on here one day. Garrett ain't here no more.
I wanted to add to the whole buyers thing, you guys. People always talk about how they want to build a buyer's list or buy a buyer's list. You don't need to do that. Look at my camera's flipping out. Okay.
You don't need to do that. All right, cool. Great tip.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So what I was trying to say is that, Tim already told you guys that you're going to find buyers as you find deals. So don't try to buy a buyer's list. It's going to waste your money. Don't try to create a buyer's list now. Get your deals first. The buyer's list will be created.
Phil said even the buyers list, even the camera don't want us to buy a buyer's list. Straight up,
Right.
bro. It's a waste of time and resources, man. If you guys are going to invest into anything, I would say invest into a CRM. That's the one thing I would invest in, bro. And why? Because that's what keeps you organized. And I don't even have a CRM to promote to you guys.
Shit, I need to invest in a better camera.
I'm just saying, bro, like a CRM, we don't offer that. I don't have that. I'm just saying, like a CRM is what you put the numbers in, put the people, the address, skip trace it, put it in there, and then you can cold call them or just have them in there to take notes so that you know when to follow up and shit like that. Because the money's in the follow up, bro. It's rarely, if ever, going to be on the initial call. It's always going to be in the follow up. Somebody's always going to say, you know what, I actually, we are thinking about selling because I got some stuff coming up that I need to take care of. And, maybe in the next month or so, I'm going to be looking to sell. And so you're like, hell yeah. And then you write their name down on a piece of paper. And then a month goes by and you're like, oh shit, where was that person? And that person sold their house 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's just a word of advice. I appreciate you guys. I got a 1 o'clock that we got to jump on. I'm going to be going live after 1 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be going live on TikTok. So I'm going to try to go live a little bit more just throughout the day, just to, help some people out and be able to jump on there because not everybody can make this 12 o'clocks. Okay.
I can't say it on the TikTok thing, but follow me guys so I can get to my 100K and I can go live with Tim. We could both be on there at the same time, but I got to get
1,000, but
followers
yeah.
up.
He needs 1,000 followers. Not
I'll be able to
100K.
go live with him.
I want 100K. I'm still sitting at 87,000. It's bullshit.
Oh, did I say
Anyway.
100,000? I meant 1,000.
Yeah. No, I got
I
you.
don't need 100,000.
Yeah. All right, brother. I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you soon.